Let's do another demo. For this one, I'm going to take all that data that's streaming in from all the IP devices out there in the world. Imagine all the appliances and everything that, if we had them all on the internet, and if we actually could check in on them, at a moment's notice and be able to kind of look at all that data, we might be able to see what happens when, and I just saw there was a huge event that happened. We had a big brownout in a particular area of the country. I'd like to actually take all those loads and find out, kind of what was doing that, what was driving that. So let me drag all that stuff. So millions of bits of data. I'll drag them into a visualization frame. And now I can see, yep, there it is. There's that peak right there when we had the brownout. And I'd like to visualize kind of what happened, and maybe could I have controlled what happened a little bit better? Could I have mitigated that so it didn't hit a peak? So I'm going to go grab sort of the highest level and grab all those devices and visualize them all at once. So now I kind of have watts consumed, in thousands in this case, by appliance class. I think I actually want to change this so I'm a little bit more refined. I'm going to change the attribute to by load type so I really see all the details. And you can see some of the obvious ones, right? The refrigerator, the air conditioning, pretty high peaks. I'm going to actually add another set of bars, and I'll color them red, and I'm going to squeeze those a bit. So this is sort of right on top of the existing bars. I've just sort of cloned them, and I'm going to shrink them so now I can kind of see something else. So I'm creating my own visualization rather than just using one kind of off the shelf. So in this case, I'm going to use handles and just kind of squeeze this a bit and kind of adjust it. So that red bar, that's all the stuff that was consuming everything is the green. The red bar is showing me kind of something different. So I'm going to change that and ask it to actually show me, let's see, I'm going to do the controlled loads. So that's sort of, this is all the devices, but these are the ones I actually had, IP device controls inside. I could have actually shut them down when I saw a peak coming. Now I'm going to create a new visualization kind of next to this, what we would call a coordinated visualization, because I want to look at things kind of in a coordinated fashion. I'm going to pick up all the red bars, the things that actually had smarts inside of them, energy smart. And I'm going to transplant them into this new visualization. But now I want to group them all kind of piled on top of each other. So I'll go group by, group all. And now I can see, wow, look at that. I could have probably controlled, almost 4 million watts at that peak. I could have averted that brownout completely. But you know what? We give people the ability, sort of out of the box, that these are controllable. But what I really want to do is how many people let me control them. So there's actual control loads is where people opt in to be able to control it. Whoa, okay, so that's a lot lower. So that's less than 1 million watts that I actually had control over, and I'm not sure if that would actually have averted the brownout. So, but now I've got this new way to visualize this, and I can look at it and go, look, I had this much in terms of controllable load up here, but really of that controllable load, only a much smaller percentage actually opted in. These are people that actually allowed me to control their load, because you want to give people that option. So maybe I didn't have a good economic model in place to encourage them to let me control their load.